Hello students, today we are going to discuss on energy sources. This is the second lecture. See, objectives. At the end of this lecture, we'll be able to explain different types of energy sources. So here we see different types of energy sources. The first energy source is wall outlet electrical source. So this is a wall outlet electrical source. You might have seen this in your home, right? So this wall outlet is also a energy sources. So you can get supply from this wall outlet. So next one is battery source. This is also energy source. See, in the batteries we use laptop to energize a laptop. And also we use batteries in laptops, and also we use in mobile phones, right? And also we use batteries in all electronic gadget to energize the gadget, right? And also we see that solar photovoltaic cell. So what happens, this converts solar energy into electrical energy. So this is also energy source. So next we see the generator also energy source. So we use generator in windmill and hydropower station to generate the electricity, right? You see, this is the setup of hydropower station. So what happened here, so when water falls on the turbine, so turbine will rotate. It means it will generate mechanical energy. So this mechanical energy is being converted into electrical energy with the help of generator, right? So that's why, so this will produce electrical energy. So we say that this is the energy source. And also we see that as this is a windmill, so these are the blades, these are the blades, windmill blades, right? So as this rotates, what happened, so this is here, one shaft is connected to this blades, okay, this windmill. What happened, this will rotate, so this is coupled to this generator. What happened, this mechanical energy is being converted to electrical energy, right? So that's how it's going to generate the power. Therefore we say that this generator is the energy source. Here energy sources are voltage source and current source. So what they do, they generally deliver power to the circuit connected to them. Suppose I am going to represent a voltage like this. This is the symbol of the voltage, right? So this will deliver power to the circuit. CK means is circuit, right? And also if you take a current source, right? So this will also deliver power to the circuit, right? So this both will generate power to the circuit. So I say that this is a voltage source, and this is the current source, this current source. So what happened, they deliver power to the circuit connected to them, right? So next, there are two types of sources, energy sources. The first one is independent source and second one is dependent source. Again, independent sources are classified. So the independent source are classified as, right, current source and voltage source. We are going to again classify as ideal current source and practical current source. And here the same as here also we are going to study ideal voltage source and practical voltage source, right? So we are going to discuss about ideal current source, practical current source, and ideal voltage source, and practical current source. So next we are going to discuss, after this we are going to discuss dependent source, right? So you see, this is the symbol of voltage source. So this is a time varying voltage source. This is a time varying voltage source because this is a function of t. Of course, this is the battery supply voltage. So this is a DC supply. This is not a function of time, right? So this will supply like this kind of voltage, sinusoidal, right? And this only supply, right, constant. This will supply constant current, right? DC. This is called a DC direct current, right? So ideal voltage source, right? So it has zero internal resistance, right? Your ideal voltage source has zero internal resistance, and so it delivers the energy at a specified voltage, right? It means here ideal voltage source delivers the specified voltage. For example, if I take this Vs, right? So this is an ideal voltage source, right? And I am going to draw a circuit here, and this is a circuit. So here the plus and minus, right? This is called terminal voltage. It's a voltage across the source, right? So it will generate or it will deliver the specified voltage to the circuit. For example, this circuit needs 5 volts. So this will deliver 5 volts to the circuit. Specified voltage, the 5 volts. The 5 volts will be maintained constant at this terminal, right? So that it can supply the 5 volt to the circuit, right? That's the meaning of the specified voltage, and which does not depend on the current delivered by the source. So because of this source, what happened? So there is a current. So what happened? This terminal voltage will not depend upon this current delivered by the source, right? So the current could be anything, but terminal voltage will not change, right? We can draw any amount of current without changing terminal voltage P0, right? You just see that the graph here, we can see the graph is this is the I in x-axis, the y-axis it is the voltage. It is a voltage, right? So if you this voltage Vs, V is equal to Vs. Even if you apply the Kirchhoff law here, Vs, right? Vs is equal to V0 here. Supply voltage is equal to terminal voltage. Okay, supply voltage is equal to V0, terminal voltage. So we just see that how much increase the current, what happened? This terminal voltage will be constant. So that is all about the ideal voltage source. So next, a practical voltage source. In a practical voltage source, what happened? The internal resistance will not become zero. You just see that this is supply voltage, This is supply voltage. What practical voltage source is? It has a finite internal resistance. Okay, this is RS is the finite internal resistance, right? And this practical voltage source delivers the energy at a specified voltage. Like before I said, it will generate specified voltage. So this is terminal voltage. So this will generate the specified voltage, right? So what happened? This voltage, this terminal voltage, will depend on the current delivered by the source. So what I told you, this current, because of this supply source, there is a current. So this current passes through the terminal. Now what happened? This specified voltage will depend upon this current which is delivered by the source. Right? We will study this one. Okay. First I see that apply the KVL. KVL means the algebraic sum of the voltages around a closed loop is 0. Right. So I will explain here. Suppose this one is a plus. Okay. Here is a 1 voltage source is there. Here also 1 voltage source. Right. That is a V1. So I put a plus and minus. Here also 1 voltage source. That is a V2. And this is also, this is I'm going to put a minus and this one the plus. Right. So this is a closed path. So this is the current is flowing through the circuit. When apply the KVL means the algebraic sum of the voltages around a closed loop is 0. It means, so first this, just see the around a closed loop. So first minus Vs, this current is entering through the minus terminal, and after that it is entering the plus terminal, so plus V1, then again minus terminal, it is entering into the minus terminal here. This is a minus. So what happened? So this is a minus, heat is equal to 0. So the algebraic sum of the voltages around a closed loop is 0. That is called the KVL. Now here are the same thing I am going to apply it. So what happened? Minus Vs. Okay. Since the current is entering into the minus terminal, so minus Vs, right? Plus I into, so I into Rs. Okay. Then after that what happened? It will enter into the plus terminal. So it is a plus V0 is equal to 0. I want to check the terminal voltage. So this V0 is equal to, so what happened? This is send that side, it become Vs minus I into Rs. I into Rs. This one is the important equation. Right. So what happened? If I increases, what happened here? If I increases, what happened? If I increases, what happened here? So this will, V0 will decrease. V0 will decrease. Right. So generally what happens if I increases here, in this case, if I increases, V0, Vs also will decrease. If Vs decrease means this terminal voltage also will decrease. Right. And see the graph here. You see the graph. This is the graph. This is the before we have thrown like this. This is I, and this one is the V0. This is a V0. This one is the source voltage Vs. Right. So now what happened? If I increases, what happened? This I increases, what happened? So this voltage will drop. This voltage will drop. This voltage will drop. So here V0 is not equal to Vs because I is increased, right? So this terminal voltage is a depend on the current delivered by the source, right? So this is the practical voltage source characteristics. This ideal current source. So it has an infinite internal resistance. So it means Rs is equal to infinity, and it deliver the energy at a specified current. So I will tell you what is specified current. Okay, and next, so which is independent of the voltage across the source. That I explain it. This we have to remember, independent of the voltage across the source. Suppose you take a, this is a current source, ideal current source symbol, that is a I of S, right? So it has a resistance, so that is Rs, right? And this is the terminal voltage, that is plus and minus, so I am going to represent as a V0, and this terminal voltage, across the terminal voltage there is a load is connected, so I am going to represent as a L. So this V0 is across the load, right? So what happens, say this, when this is a terminal, so when Is comes here, so what happens, it divides into two parts. So I am going to write this one is the X and this one is the I, right? So what is X here? The X is equal to Is minus I. It means here you apply the KCL here. So what in current, KCL says entering currents is equal to leaving currents. So what are the entering currents here? Entering current is what? Is the entering current. Okay. What are the leaving current? So I and also minus X. Okay. I need X value. So X is equal to, so X if we take that side, what happened? Is minus I. So here, so through this, X is equal to Is minus. So through this load, this much current is flowing. Okay, that we have to remember. Okay, this Is minus I is independent of the voltage across the source. It means, so this is the voltage across the source. This Is minus I will not depend on this. So this is the independent of Is minus I is the independent of the voltage across the source, right? It means here current is constant, what? So regardless of the voltage, right? So voltage is increase or decrease, whatever it may be, so current will be the constant. So here when I talk about a infinite internal resistance, means here your Rs is equal to infinity. I am going to take it again here. So this is Rs. I am going to write as a infinity, right? So this one is the Is, right? So same circuit I am going to try it, but what happened? It is a infinity. This is the infinity, right? So this is a plus and this is a V0, and this is the load. This is load. I forgot to put it load. So what happened here in this case? So this I, what happened? Is equal to 0. This I is equal to 0. So this is, I am going to write as a X, right? Same like here, right? Here I is equal to 0. Y is equal to 0 means here Rs is equal to infinity. This is infinite resistance. So infinite resistance, what happened? Current I is equal to 0. So current will not pass through this terminal, through this conductor, because it has infinite resistance. So what happened? Here X is equal to Is. So this Is passes through this load, right? So this load draws the current. The current which is drawn by the load is a constant, right? It is a constant, right? Which is independent of the voltage across the source. So here this is the V0. This is the V0. So this V0 is across the source, right? So this Is is independent of the voltage across the source. So V naught change, may not change. So what happened? Is will not change. Is is a constant. Okay. You see the graph here. When you take the graph here, an ideal voltage source. So this is a V. Okay. And this is I. And this one is the Is. So Is is a constant. Is is constant. Is will not change at all. Even if V increase or decrease, doesn't matter what happened. This I will maintain constant. It will not change. So this is the ideal current source characteristics. Right. So next we see the practical current source. Practical current source means finite internal resistance. So this practical current source has finite internal resistance. It has some internal resistance, and this practical current source delivers energy at a specified current which is dependent on the voltage across the source. I'm going to explain what it is. Right. So I'm taking a current source. This is a practical current source Is. Right. Here. So this has finite resistance, that is Rs, right, and it will come out like this. So this is a plus, this is a minus. Here is the terminal voltage, it's a V0, and this one is a load. This one is the load. So what happened, you see that current here, this Is comes to this, okay, and come to this point, it will divide into two parts. So this one is the Is, I1, this one is the I. So this is a parallel circuit. When this current come at this point, what happened, it divided into two parts. I1 is flowing this Rs, and I is going through this terminal node. Okay, so what is the I here? So to have to find it, so I is equal to find the I value, you need to apply the KCL. KCL, what KCL says? Entering currents is equal to leaving currents. Okay, entering currents is equal to entering currents is equal to leaving currents, right? So this is the equation. So what are the entering currents here? So this Is is entering, so Is is equal to what are the leaving currents? I1 plus I want I. To find the I value, so what I am going to do, Is minus I1 is equal to I. So this current is flowing through this. I is equal to Is minus I1. This much current is flowing through this load, right? So now this I is equal to, right, actually this I is flowing through this load. Okay, so equation is Is minus I1. So what is the I here? Is, what is the Is? Is is same, it is. What is the I1? So I1 here, you just see that I1 is equal to what? I1 is equal to V naught by Rs. V naught by Rs. What is the voltage drop across this resistance? So here V naught is equal to, so I1 into Rs. I1 into Rs. So what happened? You just see that here, if this voltage increases, so what happened? So this current flowing through the load will decrease. So if voltage drop is increased, what happened? Current flowing through the inductor will decrease. Why? Because so here if it is increases, drop increases, so what happened? So it will subtract from Is, means here also will reduce, and eventually here also will reduce. So that's what it says that. So here the current, this current is dependent on the voltage across the source. So this voltage increases, what happens? This current will decrease. So we see the graph here. We see the graph here. So this is a graph. So this is a graph. So this one is voltage, this is 0, and this is the current I, right? And this is the IS. This is the ideal case. So what happened now, since we are increasing this, if it is increases, whatever it decreases. So now what happened in the previous case? So I was a constant, right, regardless of this voltage. Now what happened? This voltage across the source is increases. What happened? The current flowing through the inductor will decrease. So what happened? So you see this like this. So this is the decrease. So this is a particle current source. So next we are going for ideal independent current source. It is not that. So next we are going to study ideal dependent source. So definition says that an ideal dependent source, or we can say it's a controlled source, is an active element, right, in which the source quantity is controlled by another voltage or current. You just see that generally. So these ideal dependent sources we are going to represent in diamond shape, right? So this one is the diamond shape. So this one is the ideal voltage source, ideal dependent voltage source. This one is the ideal dependent current source. So this source quantity is controlled by the circuit variables. This source quantity, source means here what? Ideal dependent source. This ideal dependent source quantity is controlled by another voltage or current. It means circuit variables. Circuit variables will control this source quantity. With the source quantities are controlled by the circuit current or voltage that I am going to explain. So here, since the control of the dependent source is achieved by the voltage or current of some other element in the circuit, as I said before, and this, the source can be voltage or current. Here the source can be voltage or current. It follows that there are four possible types of dependent sources, namely the first one is a voltage controlled voltage source. Okay, voltage controlled voltage source. It means this one is controlled by the voltage source. The next one is current controlled voltage source. Third one is a voltage controlled current source. Fourth one is current controlled current source. Right here, this voltage source controlled by the any voltage. This voltage source controlled by the current. This current source controlled by the voltage, and this current source controlled by the current. Right. So this voltage source all and current source. So how we are going to designate it? By diamond shape. We will see one example. This is an example of current controlled source. You just see that. So this one is the voltage controlled source. This is voltage so this source quantity will be controlled by current flowing through the capacitor, right? So this this voltage source can be controlled based on the how much current is flowing through the capacitor. That's the example for current controlled voltage source. This is a voltage source, and this voltage source is being controlled by the current flowing through the capacitor. Thank you.